Hello to everybody in YouTube world watching this video. My name is Terrence Hodges, and I would like to introduce myself as an INTP. You guys know INTPs are extreme thinkers, and right now I'm just going to go through the functions, just listing them out. Firstly, introverted thinking. Secondly, introverted intuition, followed by introverted sensing, extroverted feeling, extroverted thinking, introverted intuition, extroverted sensing, and introverted feeling, being the 8 functions of the MBTI test. I am always thinking, and I mean always thinking. At this point now, being 23, I'm very consumed by my world of thought, and as well, even when I was young, it was like that. You know, I want to tell a story about when I was young and kind of illustrate how this function works in my life. It's like, when I was young, 6 years old, 7 years old, my grandmother, when she would go out to run errands, oftentimes she would ask me, do I want to go with her? And I said yes. And it was like, that's the last thing I remember. Because as soon as I stepped outside of that door, I went to my head and just started thinking. It's like amazing. But there's so many times that I remember pulling into the driveway, and the last thing I remember was leaving the house. Because the entire time I was thinking in my head. Yeah, I'm a real TI user. It is very obsessive. It is also compulsive. And at times it seems like I'm not controlling the voice. It seems like the voice is speaking to me. That's reality. I don't really seem to be bothered by it. That does sound crazy though. Like I'll constantly be thinking, man. So I read about this on the INTP Facebook group page. I read somebody else say that, sometimes they'll be talking to somebody and their brain will drop out of the conversation and start analyzing, start thinking random thoughts. And, I think that's kind of funny, and I also want to put it out there that I also identify with that. There's been times that I've been looking at somebody, dropped out of the conversation, only to like hop back into the conversation by just saying something about the last thing that they said, as if I was paying attention the entire time. And I do that so that I'm not rude by letting them know I wasn't listening to you that whole time. That's something that happens to me. I want to speak a bit about some of my obsessions that I have right now. I wrote down a little bit about them, and I hope not to ramble. Lucid dreaming, wow, lucid dreaming. I'm trying to lucid dream so much, like really trying to lucid dream. I think I've known about lucid dreaming it hasn't been that long. I don't think it's been over a year. I've been trying to learn a lucid dream ever since I found out about it. And every single night I try in some kind of way. Even if it's just repeating to myself that tonight I will see my dreams, that's a way for me to try to lucid dream. When I wake up, I write down my dreams so that I can remember my dreams. These right here are another one of my obsessions. The crystals. I have a bunch of rocks here. I got some, just to grab a few. I got some quartz right here. I have some blue lace agate. It's really beautiful. It has like a kind of like wave type of designs in it. I have some moonstone here, and I have some blue chalcedony, which interestingly enough was written about in the Bible. Blue chalcedony was in the breastplate of Aaron. That was a slight rant. Another of my obsessions right now is actually crystals and gemstones. I found out about them initially through spirit science, which like it sparked me to an immense level of appreciation and interest for crystals and gemstones. You know, when I saw that the atomic structure of crystals is perfect, that had me. When I saw that the energy bouncing off these rocks can be measured, it had me. And when I hear of ancient tales, you know, people throughout history using them for metaphysical purposes, that extremely intrigues me, you know. For myself, very soon from now, it'll be 2 years of learning languages. I mainly speak Spanish and Chinese, and I'm trying to increase my level in other languages, which I've studied. In all, I have familiarity with about 10 languages, and I write 5 scripts. 我现在知道一点普通话，说汉语是很有意思，很多人说这个语言。我生在中国住。Yo tengo muchos materiales para aprender idiomas y yo estudié idiomas por 2 años. Yo creo que es muy importante a conocer gente que hablen en tus lenguajes. Honestamente, aprendiendo idiomas es la cosa más preciosa en mi vida. At least learn a second language. Open your mind to it, try it, you know. Because there's 2 reasons. Like for myself personally, like it's like a world just full of passion. You know, I can have a passionate thirst for knowledge, and the knowledge keeps coming. There's still more words to learn. There's still more languages. And the other fact is, I get to meet more people. I'm meeting foreigners. I'm speaking to more people. And I'm speaking to them about something which I'm connected to, you know, which is languages. I know a lot of INTPs connect with people over their interest. I want to put that out there. As I said, man, I feel a huge disconnect from the world. I'm not sure how I'm going to solve the issue, you know. I think with SE, it's like, for myself to, like, engage SE, then I have to shut off my brain. I don't know how to do that, and I would rather engage SI. SI seems more like a power. INTPs, how do you feel about your heart? Because I know myself personally, I've asked myself, why am I feeling this? Like, why does my heart feel like this? Without even knowing the emotion, without even being able to call it sadness or anger, you know, I can feel happiness and joy. But feelings aren't logical. So, you know, as an analytical person, feelings have been very confusing for me. I hope that I can better embrace my heart because I want to be a better developed individual. I want to be a better developed man. I'm going to need my heart, and I'm going to need my emotions. I know that I need to develop my extroverted thinking. I need to speak my mind more. I need to assert myself more. That's one thing that I like about other types since I've been analyzing the MBTI. Other people can naturally speak their mind. And also, something that I've read INTPs say is that they feel like nobody knows them. I've had the exact same thought. I feel like nobody knows me, even my parents. And it's because I don't speak my mind. I don't have that many close friends, but the ones I do, after thinking about it, I can see that I choose friends basically because they have functions that I don't. And I want to talk about 3 of my close friends. Man, my ESTP friend is really cool. He has great connections with people. He's always in time, and yeah, always living in the moment, always in time. Great connection to people, and this person is really in tune with his emotions. Really feels from his heart. I've seen this person have a lot of emotional outbursts. Sometimes it's funny to me, and sometimes I don't understand it. My ESTP friend. So lately I've been getting cool with an INTJ, and we bonded over the MBTI. I think he's cool so far. Like, this person is really direct. At least with his thinking, he's really direct. I see that difference between INTP and INTJ. Some of the things I wrote about him that I admire, that I like. With him, we could speak logically. We could use our vocabularies. I can't do that with a lot of people, a lot of censors I can't do that with. We both actually see value in studying, see value in looking at the systems of the world. We see value in logic. We see value in knowledge. I like that about the INTJ. Also, we're both really introverted, man. It's like I see a lot of similarities between this particular INTJ and myself, even though we have different functions. And lastly, this guy has, like an ENTJ, the ability to apply himself, the ability to think directly and linearly to get something done. And I really look up to that. I know that I need to develop my ability to make a decision and follow through with that decision as an INTP. One of my best friends is an ENTJ. I value his strong judgments, saying what he thinks, that's TE, and I also value his ability to get things done. Most of my life I've seen this person as a really strong individual, and it's so interesting that the shadow functions of an INTP are an ENTJ, and it's interesting to look at our relationship and then look at that nuance.